Means a significant winter storm is ongoing or expected to arrive soon. The winter storm can include a mix of winter weather types that causes significant travel problems. Substantial amounts of snow are likely, and in some cases, sleet or freezing rain are possible as well. Strong winds often accompany these storms, which can make travel even worse. Expect treacherous travel conditions. If you must venture out, always keep a winter survival kit in your car.
A winter weather advisory begins at 9 p.m. tonight and continues until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening.
A winter weather advisory means we can expect accumulating snow or even blowing snow at times. A mix of sleet and light freezing rain sometimes accompany these winter weather systems as well. Be prepared for slippery road conditions and give yourself extra time if traveling. As with all winter weather events, if you're traveling, always keep a winter survival kit with you.
A winter storm warning begins at 9 p.m. tonight and continues until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. A winter weather advisory begins at 9 p.m. tonight and continues until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Stay tuned for additional updates. I'm meteorologist Derek Height.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace now offers free assembly and free delivery, so it's never been easier to get a great grill for your family, like a Weber gas grill, a Traeger wood pellet grill, or a Big Green Egg charcoal grill. Only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block. What you need in stock. With people who know their grills.
This is Brad from Gibson Ace Hardware in Clinton, Illinois. Stop in to see us, the helpful place at 114 North Madison Street, Clinton.
See participating store for details.
Flu season is back, and our Warner Hospital and Health Services walk-in clinic inside our family medicine clinic is ready. CEO Paul Scourin here. Our walk-in clinic is here to treat those flu symptoms. No appointment? No problem. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties is the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction for fire and water restoration. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
WHOW, the Big 1520 across central Illinois, 92.3 FM in DeWitt County and 106.5 FM in McLean County, is coming to the Cerro Gordo B-Mint School District. It's the WHOW School Spotlight, broadcasting live from the Cerro Gordo District Office on Monday, January 30th from 9 till 10 in the morning. Listen as we visit the superintendent and administration talking about the great things they're doing for students when we bring the WHOW School Spotlight to the Cerro Gordo B-Mint School District on Monday, January 30th from 9 till 10. This WHOW School Spotlight stop is brought to you by State Bank of B-Mint, with locations in B-Mint, Cerro Gordo, and Monticello, is proud to sponsor this Cerro Gordo B-Mint School Spotlight.
Hey everybody, Buddy Wilson here, your new country financial agent in Clinton. We're all familiar with the three whats. What is it? What can you do for me? And what does it cost? At Country Financial, we can help you find the answers with insurance coverage to help you protect what matters the most, all at prices you can afford. While you're juggling work, kids, and keeping an eye on the future, we'll make sure we're one of the first ones there when you need us the most. Call me, Buddy Wilson, your newest country financial representative in Clinton, at 217-935-5620. Let's chat about your insurance needs today.
9 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast, streaming to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Kelly Rempe has been working with the Neighborhood Care Center for a few years now, and earlier this month stepped in as an intern at the DeWitt County nonprofit. Cody Monkman is the Neighborhood Care Center Executive Director and told Regional Radio on the WHOW Morning Show Tuesday that Rempe will be working with him closely with what the agency calls mission partners.
Kelly, she is the intern for Neighborhood Care Center for the first 6 months of this year. Mm-hmm. And she just started in January. I wanted to bring her on and introduce her to you and everybody else. I think I've talked at times when on air about how, like, in the last year, we've went through a lot of growing pains in regards to having two care center networks that are working with completely different sets of small towns. And part of that, naturally, there's some growing pains that we've been going through that also impacts me and what I do, and most of my work is working with mission partners and helping them do work with community members. Kelly is coming on board. Essentially, the end goal is for her to help me in working with mission partners. I think I even mentioned on here that the Clinton Care Center Network has about 150 mission partners. And I mean, that's really hard to work with 150 mission partners.
So I started just unloading the truck at the care center when the food would come in for the pantry. And then I just slowly got more and more involved. I enjoyed being there. And I started working as a market, as a bagger, and then just kind of slowly wanted to do more and more. And Cody approached me about an internship. And I thought, why not?
According to Monkman, Rempe was able to use her role at the Neighborhood Care Center to connect with seniors. Connections, she says, have blossomed into friendships with a few individuals.
No, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I've enjoyed this last month. I've been kind of open my eyes to the other parts of the care center that aren't just the market, as well as some of the mission partners I never would have met before. And just learning about all the kind of behind the scenes things that you never really thought about. I think it's exciting.
And just now thinking of this, so I've talked to people on here before about how so much of Neighborhood Care Center and what we do is just reasons to meet people.
Right.
Okay. So share in regards to how you have, you mentioned how you started with helping unload the trailer and all that. And then that kind of led into bagging groceries with Neighborhood Market and meeting other people in the community. But then there was this evolution of like, we had a conversation on like, what is your grander calling? What's your purpose? And you're like, senior citizens. Okay. So share with everyone how you leveraged Neighborhood Market for the sake of your work with the senior population.
Okay. So I started kind of reaching out. Cody had me reach out to somebody that came in the market that was a senior citizen. So through that, we actually kind of developed this amazing friendship. And then I've met a couple others that I'm now, I guess we're just having a friendship that maybe they're lonely and they need help. And, we do that. And I think through the mission partners that I meet, like there's always somebody somewhere that you can reach out to. And it's just really, God's just been throwing people at me left and right about how I can help.
Rempe hopes to find some direction in this role. Monkman believes that's the perfect reason for her to be an intern in the organization because it embodies what the Neighborhood Care Center is all about.
Well, I hope to kind of create a new future for myself, not only just for me personally and what I want to do, but also help encourage others, as having like a coaching background.
Rempe indicates her interactions so far have been limited to just the mission partners in the feed program. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
How much fun is your job?
When was the last time you jumped out of bed before the alarm and got to work early?
Do the folks around your office laugh enough?
When you get a win, does everyone on the team celebrate your success?
Does solving creative problems give you a thrill?
We know that thrill.
And if you want more of it, we want to hear from you.
Miller Media works with local business to increase revenue and grow the bottom line.
We do it by creating smart, creative advertising on air, online, and on smartphones.
Every day, the Miller Media Group team comes to work and does a job that makes things better for our listener, our client, and our community.
Miller Media also believes in the importance of a balance of work-life balance.
We believe it's necessary for a thriving workplace.
If you're the creative problem solver we're looking for, you'll earn a competitive salary and commission.
Plus, we offer generous time off.
Sound good?
Sound like leaping out of bed for?
Get started by sending an email to sales@randyradio.com.
That's sales@randyradio.com.
The Miller Media Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Servpro of Paya-DeWitt Counties, the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction, is proud to again be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcing staff will select that night's WHOW Servpro of Paya-DeWitt County Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, whose play will be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon post-game broadcast, and that player receives a certificate. Find out the many services provided by Servpro of Paya-DeWitt Counties by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
You know how they say the most important thing in real estate is location, location, location? Well, location is critical to seed innovation as well. That's why Pioneer invests millions every year in local testing, more than 17,000 on-farm trials. It's all to ensure that you can plant seed proven to perform in fields just like yours. Because at Pioneer, our name is our mission. What's next happens here. Learn more at pioneer.com/next.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a game heard on WEZC and at DeWittDailyNews.com, Monticello hung with second-ranked Prairie Central, but senior Dylan Bizzell took things over in the fourth quarter, lifting the Hawks past the Sages 65-56 in Illini Prairie Conference High School boys basketball action Tuesday night from the Seaver Center at Monticello High School. The Hawks opened a 24-16 lead after a tight first quarter, looking like one of the favorites to get to Champaign in Class 2A might start to pull away, but the Sages closed the frame on a 17-9 run to go up 34-33. Trey Welter was fouled from beyond the arc twice in the final 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the second quarter, making all 6 free throws to spark the rally for Monticello. The third quarter went back and forth as the Sages went ahead 40-37 on a nifty Drew Shepard sweeping left-handed layup, but the Hawks retook the lead on a 7-0 run, 44-40 at the 5:20 mark of the third. A pair of Braden Colbert threes sandwiched a Will Ross layup to put Monticello back in front, 48-46, and Monticello led 51-50 headed to the fourth. But then Bizzell took over. He scored for the first 8 points for the Hawks to put Prairie Central up 58-52. Prairie Central led by as many as 11 in the fourth. Each team shot over 50% from the floor in a very clean first half, but regressed a bit in the second half. Monticello shot 46.5% for the game to Prairie Central's 45.8%. Bizzell tied the Seaver Center facility record with 29 points. Drew Fair had 13, and Camden Palmore scored 12. Shepard led a balanced Monticello attack with 17 points and was the Serve Pro of Piatt DeWitt County Player of the Game. Welter added 15 points, and Colbert scored 12 for the Sages. Monticello had 13 assists on its 20 field goals and turned the ball over only 11 times. The Hawks, meanwhile, committed just 8 turnovers for the game. Prairie Central held the rebounding edge 32-24. The Hawks moved to 19-2 overall and are 5-0 in the Illini Prairie. Meanwhile, Monticello drops to 13-8 overall and 2-2 in conference action. The road through the Illini Prairie doesn't get much easier for the Sages, who will battle number 8 St. Joseph Ogden on the road Friday night. Tip time is 7 p.m. Hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. 4 players scored in double figures, and Maroa-Forsyth overcame a slow start to roll Olympia 71-47 in Sangamo Conference High School boys basketball action from Maroa-Forsyth High School Tuesday night. The Spartans jumped out to an 18-10 lead after the first quarter, thanks to Easton Nowitzki scoring 7 of his 8 points in the frame. The Trojans were able to cut it down to a 32-27 deficit at the intermission, but Olympia outscored Olympia 20-7 to go up 40-34 after 3 and pulled away with a 24-8 fourth quarter. Zane Giles led the Trojans with 17 points, scoring 10 of those in the fourth quarter. Grant Smith added 16 points, 7 coming in the third. Mitch Williams had 15 points, and A.J. Massey contributed 12. The Trojans are back to 500 at 11-11 overall and 1-1 in the Sangamo. They travel to Petersburg Porta Friday for another Sangamo Conference Tilts. Terrence Shannon Jr. scored 12 of his 17 points in the first half. Jaden Epps scored 14 in his second career start as Illinois beat Ohio State 69-60 Tuesday night. Illinois scored 6 straight points spanning halftime to build a 38-26 leading early in the second half. Ohio State scored the next 5 points before Epps opened and closed a 10-0 run with 3-pointers to extend it to a 48-31 lead. The Buckeyes would not get closer than 8 points the rest of the way. Matthew Mayer scored 12 points with 8 boards. Coleman Hawkins had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks for the 14-6 Illini, who move above 500 back to 5-4 in the Big Ten and has won 5 of its last 6 games. Shannon made all 9 of his free throw attempts, grabbing 7 rebounds and dished out 3 assists. Illinois ranks 3rd in the country in block shots at 6 per game and finished with 6 against Ohio State. They shot 41% despite making just 5 of 28 from distance, and Ohio State was 22 of 60 from the floor. The Illini out-rebounded the Buckeyes 44-30 and had a 16-1 advantage in fast break points. Bryce Sensenbaugh scored 14. Justice Sewing had 13 for the 11-9 Buckeyes, who are 3-6 in the Big Ten. Sensenbaugh was coming off a season high, 27 points in a win over Iowa Saturday before being named the conference's Freshman of the Week for a 4th time this season. He has led the Buckeyes in scoring in 11 consecutive games. Illinois will travel north to face Wisconsin on Saturday. Benedict Mathurin and Miles Turner each scored 26 points, and Mathurin broke free for the decisive basket with 29.1 seconds left to give the Pacers a 116-110 victory over the Chicago Bulls on Tuesday night. Indiana snapped a season-worst 7-game losing streak by rallying from a double-digit deficit to win for the 11th time this season. 2 of those after trailing by 20 points or more, and barely stayed ahead of the 10th place Bulls in the Eastern Conference. The Pacers played again without injured point guard Tyrese Halliburton, and this time without his replacement Andrew Nebard, who was sick. TJ McConnell had 20 points and 10 assists for the Pacers, but without Turner's big third quarter and Mathurin playing the role of closer, Indiana would not have completed the rally. DeMar DeRozan scored 33 points to lead Chicago. Nikola Vucevic added 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists as his streak of 11 consecutive double-doubles also ended. While the game was physical and sometimes ugly, the Bulls seized control by quickly building a 20-5 lead and extending the margin 62-41 late in the first half. But on the second night of a back-to-back, the Bulls were wore down in the second half as the Pacers became the aggressors. With McConnell, Turner, and Mathurin leading the charge, the Pacers responded. They cut the deficit to 87-80 after 3 and continued the rally to the fourth, taking their first lead of the game at 102-100 on a McConnell reverse layup. With 4:27 to go, the teams traded leads 4 times after that and were tied 3 times until Mathurin's layup gave Indiana a 112-110 lead. The Pacers forced turnovers on each of the Bulls' next 2 possessions and made 4 straight free throws to seal it. Zach LaVine finished with 14 points. Derek Jones had 10. Buddy Hield had 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 4 3-pointers for the Pacers. The Bulls make their second stop on a 3-game trip Thursday to Charlotte. Tage Thompson and Jeff Skinner each had a goal and 2 assists as the Buffalo Sabres blasted the St. Louis Blues 5-3 Tuesday night. Thompson extended his point streak to 5 games, his 3rd streak of 5 or more games this season. It was also his 9th game this season with 3 or more points. Skinner also has a 5-game point streak, his 2nd such this season. Alex Tuch had a goal and an assist. Owen Power and Dylan Cousins scored for the Sabres, who snap a 9-game losing streak in St. Louis dating back to 2012. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen made 26 saves for Buffalo, who improved to 2-6-1 in the second game of back-to-backs this season, but not before nearly blowing a 4-goal lead. Ivan Barbashev, Braden Shen, and Jordan Kyrou scored for the Blues, who finished 3-4 on their longest homestand of the season. Jordan Binnington had 26 saves. Buffalo took control from the opening faceoff with 2 quick goals 25 seconds apart. Skinner gave the Sabres the lead 60 seconds in. Thompson created the chance by stripping Tyler Pitlick of the puck in front of the Blues net and fed Skinner. Tuch followed moments later, burying Skinner's feed from behind the St. Louis net. Power made it 3-0 midway through the first, scoring on a perfect backdoor feed from J.J. Petirka. Thompson added his 33rd of the season on a backhander 70 seconds into the second. Back-to-back goals from Barbashev and Shen in the second gave the Blues some life. Defenseman Torrey Krug and Justin Falk assisted on both goals. Kyrou's goal from the high slot 47 seconds into the third cut it to 4-3, forcing Lokinen to make several big saves on high-quality chances from Brandon Saad and Vladimir Tarasenko to preserve the lead. The Blues had a 6-on-4 after Peyton Krebs was called for a face-off violation with a minute 46 left, but Cousins' empty netter with a minute left sealed it. Tarasenko and Krug both returned for the Blues. Tarasenko sat out 10 games with a hand injury, while Krug missed 13 due to a lower body injury. The Blues placed left winger Pavel Buchnevich on injured reserve after he underwent a surgical procedure to address an ankle infection. Buchnevich has 38 points with 15 goals and 23 assists in 38 games and will be reevaluated after the All-Star break. The Blues play at Arizona on Thursday night. Dakota Joshua and Sheldon Dries scored 34 seconds apart in the third period, and the Canucks beat the Blackhawks 5-2 Tuesday night in Tuchit's debut. Tuchit was named the 21st head coach in Canucks history Sunday after Bruce Boudreau was fired along with assistant Trent Cole. Vancouver hired Adam Foote as an assistant coach and Sergei Genchar as a defensive development coach. There was a mixture of boos and cheers when Tuchit was introduced to the crowd during the first period. The game was 3 minutes and 30 seconds old when a fan threw a Canucks jersey on the ice. Vancouver failed to score on 5 power play chances, but outshot the Blackhawks 48-14 and overcame a pair of 1-goal deficits. Andrei Kuzmenko scored twice for the Canucks, who snapped a 3-game losing streak. Elias Pettersson and defenseman Luke Shen both added 2 assists. Bo Horvat scored shorthanded into an empty net, matching a career high of 31 goals this season. Patrick Kane and Sam Lafferty scored for the 14, 28, and 4 Blackhawks, who lost their second in a row following a 3-game win streak. Peter Mrazek made 43 saves. Vancouver goaltender Colin Delia stopped 12 shots. The Canucks' go-ahead goal came seconds after Kane whiffed on a good scoring chance. Vancouver defenseman Quinn Hughes sent the puck up the ice, and Brock Bozer tried to bank in a shot from a sharp angle. Mrazek stopped the puck, but Joshua chipped it over the sprawled goalie for a 3-2 lead at 11:34. Kuzmenko scored his 20th and 21st goals in the second period to tie it at 2 after 40. The Blackhawks are at Calgary on Thursday. Get sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your own home without the maintenance. If you're 55 or better, a beautiful Liberty Village villa could be yours. This is Erin, and I invite you to come take a tour of our move-in ready villa. Click the Liberty Village icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Simply the finest.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Life is uncertain. Stop in and see me, State Farm Agent Jason France, on the west side of the Clinton Square, or click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and see how our full lineup of State Farm insurance and financial services can help protect your family.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Hear his reports by downloading the free WHOW mobile app.
With industry-leading premiums, several delivery windows, and zero-basis contracts, your opportunity to profit with Benson Hill high-protein, non-GMO soybeans has never been better. Some Benson Hill soybean varieties are higher in protein right out of the ground, contributing to more sustainable food manufacturing. The majority of farmers in our program earn more per acre planting Benson Hill soybeans than commodity beans. Lock in your best premium on 2023 contracts while acres are still available. Visit BensonHillFarmers.com to earn more.
Warner Hospital providing ENT health and otolaryngology services to DeWitt County with Gibson Area Hospital and Dr. Jonathan Glickstein. Your ENT health is important, and Dr. Glickstein is an experienced otolaryngologist specializing in ear, nose, and throat conditions and head and neck surgery, dedicated to excellence in patient care for the best ENT services. Now seeing patients at the Warner Specialty Clinic in Clinton. To book your appointment in Clinton, call 217-784-2808.
Again, the power outages are widespread after powerful storms swept across a wide swath of the South over the past 24 hours. Today, it's the Southeast that's on the alert for possible severe weather, including the potential of tornadoes. Saying that integrity is more important than a record of service on the committee, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has kicked Democrats Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff off of the House Intelligence Committee. There's a new Emerson College poll on a Trump-Biden matchup. 44% of the respondents say they would